Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I am looking forward to sharing with you late. I haven't been able to eat, it was a crazy day this is, but this is the time for community poetry. I wanted to share with you some poems from the brand new, released today, Scars Publications book for cc&d magazine, volume 331. There are actually decimal issues too. There's more than that. This is the March 23rd issue called Not There Anymore. I think this is the coolest cover. I get pleased when I get covers that I like. Not There Anymore. Named after accepted writing within the book. But I thought, well, parts of these buildings in Rome aren't there anymore, so why not? So I'm going to share with you 3 poems that are in the Me Too section of this book that are also in the 2023 Cyberwit book titled Testament. I don't have the book yet, but I have just confirmed the cover, so I can show you the cover, which kind of excites me. Sorry, this is exciting for me. Simple things in my life thrill me, I guess. I don't know what that's about, but this is the cover for Testament. Trying to show it off for everybody there. Not only are these things going to be in section 1 of Testament, but they're also in their brand new issue of cc&d magazine. So I was going to share 3 poems with you from this book. The first one is entitled Key, You See. The world feels heavy when women have carried the weight, excelling at jobs, all while hosting parties where everything just seems to fall into place after she worked endlessly behind the scenes to make everything perfect. In addition to all this, she still manages household finances usually better than any man, cares for a family if she chooses to have one. That's the key, you see. Understanding the news of the world, understanding that her place remains so much larger than anyone can realize. From the insect world to the animal world, women have ruled over their family when matriarchs made sense and flourished. Other species kill their mates after the deed is done. But the beauty is when, without the death of full-grown males, these queens can show how their family can grow. They've managed everything else. They should be able to decide on this. Until a religious and conservative male-dominated government decides to take those rights away from the female sex. Suddenly, these strong women, after fighting to advance their rights, lose a most basic right over their body and their choice to men who claim to know better. When men can choose to relinquish nearly a year of their lives with weight gains and hormone changes that may force some men into a psych ward just to relinquish their lives again. Yes, years, decades for something they didn't want, then men can choose that it's better to not cut the seed of the weed before it grows so unmanageable that they're forced to be a servant to something they never wanted. They shouldn't make that choice. No, they shouldn't make that choice for the stronger female sex when it's a woman's body and a woman's choice. These both things are not only in cc&d magazine. I'm going to read this next one for you, but they're also in Testament. I might as well show off my cover. Yes, I've got it for everyone. Testament, and cc&d. I tell you, it's true. This next piece that is in this book that I'd like to share with you is called Unborn Fetus Does Not Equal Human Life. Hurricanes, typhoons from the opposite sex have been taking over women's shores. Violent winds tearing what we know apart, leaving only bits and pieces of what we need, reminding us every moment of what we've lost. I've heard that if you say nothing, as pieces of your life are taken from you, they'll take more, and they'll take, and they'll take, until there's nothing left for you, and there's nothing left of you. And when you're on death's door, no one will save you. not even yourself. Is this the apocalypse? Did you see the 4 horsemen? What are the revelations after they've stripped you of your female rights, which really are human rights? Hopelessness and rage get you nowhere when the opposite sex defines what you can do with your body, when they pass laws that allow people to even sue people that help you to exercise your rights. When those fools who restrict your rights say, "What about the child?" They forget that life begins at birth. It says so in Genesis for Adam's. He only comes to life after God breathed air into him. Even in Exodus 21:22, if a woman has a miscarriage, it is only a fine. But if a woman dies in labor, the man is put to death. So, apparently, they didn't even think of an unborn fetus as a human life in your precious Bible. So, I shouldn't have to act like a woman, raising my voice, asking, "Pretty please, can you not take our rights away?" Your religion, which isn't globally accepted, is not what this country is based on. Isn't the First Amendment about freedom of religion, which actually entails freedom from religion? Which doesn't support your theory, is not the rule for half the people? This is supposed to be a free country, but after all their storms have ravaged your shores, they now hammer in those invisible bars driven deep into the ground, now pressing against your limbs as you eternally struggle to break free. But remember, you are not alone. Half the world and more is on your side. So, to protect the lives now living, each and every one of us will fight until our dying breath. I've got one more on this theme for you. Not only is it in cc&d magazine, but it is in Testament. I keep flipping pages to show covers. cc&d and Testament. This is the last poem I'm going to read from section 1 of the book Testament, which comes in 4 parts. And these are all in the first part, post-reviewing poetry, which will be covered on a couple features of mine later on this summer. But enjoy this poem. I hope you do. I got all riled up while I was writing these, so I hope you like them. This is called Use Any Angle. Biblically, we talk about going to heaven when working for peace, to make heaven on earth. When wanting peace, it starts with not only loving all, but treating everyone as equal. Still, women continue as the religious right, aka white men, take away women's rights. It makes me wonder, if women are forced to carry a fetus to term to create a new life, would those stodgy white men then care for it, as well as all the orphanages and foster kids that no one will claim, care for, or love? Because if all of those conservative Christians truly believe in the world of their deity, in the words of their deity, then they should help the poor, feed and clothe those with none, house the homeless, instead of your church pocketing billions while not paying taxes and turning our focus to claiming to care for an embryo. It's not about caring for the unborn. We all know that. It's about restricting women's rights. We've been under your thumb for millennia, and as we prove we can do your jobs, with less pay, thank you, as well as juggle your female-defined chores, well, you'll have to come up with a new angle to take different rights away from us. You've had this stranglehold on womankind for so long, you don't want to lose your quote-unquote perceived power. Try any excuse, use any angle, do anything you can to still feel like you're in control. But whatever tactics you use, we'll circumvent the error in your ways. It's the only way history can move forward. Ta-da. There was your fill your fill, yours and yours and yours. And thanks for everybody that's listening on the live feed, you guys. In honor of the Community Poetry Open Mic, which I am keeping this all alive for that. I will come with more readings. I haven't eaten lunch, but you know, I have to make this in this timeline for you guys because you guys are double plus awesome. Stay safe. Stay vaccinated if you can. Stay creatively inclined. Because poetry is sometimes the backbone we need when everything seems to be falling apart. You all hang in there, and I will look forward to talking to each and every one of you very soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.